This is the official post-event press conference for EFC 123 from the World Sports Betting Arena, Johannesburg, South Africa.
Well, we got another one in the bag, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3, delivered in every single way possible. Every single title fight for me was just spectacular. The number one contender fights that we had on the line all resulted in incredible victories for the athletes. And I really want to just get into giving out bonuses because, I mean, that's what it's about, you know, showcasing the best in Africa and then rewarding them for the incredible performances they put on. So first athlete we're going to give a bonus to is going to be William Lekana, an incredible fight from him. Emmanuel Sita for that body kick. Francis Martin putting on a clinic, very, very impressive. Terrence Balelo. And his future one-day counterpart, hopefully. Hold on. Willie van Rooyen. Got to clock a bonus for that incredible KO. And fight of the night is going to go to the women's flyweight title between Amanda Lino and Mariana Salles. I think I've never seen heart like that. It was insane. Thank you, ladies. Let's kick it off. Media.
First question for our new light heavyweight champion, JC Lamprecht. Congratulations. So it's been a huge night. There's been a lot of national pride. Africa's on top. It was a very personal fight for you too. You spoke about your emotions before the fight. If you can just take us through how you're feeling right now.
You know what? First of all, I think this feeling, I can't describe it in words. And I want to take this moment, you know, first of all, say well done to everybody sitting over here. We did it, 4-0, I believe. Okay? Soos wat Rika sê, hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. And we've just put it on display yet again. And I want to take this moment and I want to thank each and every person that's standing in front of us at this moment. Without your support, it's not possible to do what we do. Every single person sitting in front of the TV, every single message, every single call, every single, as we walked in here, just good luck for tonight, you know. It is, as I said, if I have to describe it in words, I'm going to take this entire press conference and we're going to sit here the entire night trying to describe all these feelings happening at once. So, you know, it is a blessed, blessed, blessed feeling. We don't always get the victory, but we get to live to see another day, and that is a huge blessing.
Thank you. Just before you go, CJ, CIT is now famous for game plans. Morné Visser has now become the global guru. Can you let us into what your strategy was in that quick and brutal fight that went everywhere? Did you have any kind of plan?
You know what? First of all, first thing Morné said to me as he got into the cage, and I don't think any person will understand what it means to me. He said to me, JC, you have listened tonight. And as long as you listen to your coach, you know, and you step into this cage, and it's difficult to pre-plan to the point before fight, but as you step into this cage and you just keep the ears open and you listen to your coach and you listen to a world-class coach like Morné Visser, you know what's going to be the outcome if you just follow his guidance. And that's exactly what I did, you know, throughout the night. It's, as I said, it's difficult to pre-plan it to the point, but as long as you step into this cage, it's the first time I ever stepped into this cage and I just breathed, you know, and it feels like I'm feeling at home. It feels like my heart is not racing, my heart's not pumping, you know. The previous fight, when I took the title, first of all, 2 weeks before that fight, I had a disc slip that a few people know about. And then leading up to that fight, I was sitting in the stands. My heart rate went on over 100 beats per minute. And tonight I was just sitting here breathing, you know, taking in the moment, and especially when that video came up as well, you know, just trying to take in the moment, live in the moment. Because as I said, you know, I had this question with the press conference as well. I got asked, listen here, you know, is it the best time to take the fight? And I said, it's always the best time to fight, you know. There's not a perfect time to step into the cage, but every single day it's the best time to take a fight and just live in the moment.
Thank you.
My question is for Billy. Billy, first and foremost, congratulations. It wasn't too long ago that we sat here in the same situation. You called for your title shots, then you got it. I want to find out from you if when you imagined this fight and how it would play out, if you imagined it would play out exactly like that? And then secondly, just tell me about what it's like when you prepare for a fight and it ends so quickly. I'm sure there's things you wanted to show. You said you trained very hard. Are you a little bit disappointed that it almost ended as quickly as it did?
Yeah, so basically we never go in a fight with a game plan. Our strategy was, listen, he's a bit shorter than I am, so I have to use my reach. And yeah, just 1-2 straight shots, keep the distance, feel him out, and yeah, then the 1-2 landed solid, and the fight was over. So yeah, I won't say I'm disappointed, but yeah, I would have liked to showcase a bit more of my skills. My wrestling improved magnificently. Even my stand-up, it's even better than it was. So yeah, I would have liked to improve it a bit more, and showcase it a bit more. But yeah, a fight's a fight. You can't predict what happens in a fight. You can never predict what happens in a fight. Anything can happen at any moment, and tonight was a great example of that.
We saw, Graham, do you want to?
Carry on.
All right. We saw in the video before you came out, you've won many titles, many accolades in your fighting career so far. What does it mean to you to be EFC champion? And also, what kind of champion do you want to be going forward?
So yeah, no, this belt means so much to me. All the blood, sweat, sacrifices, this is the payment for that, and I couldn't be more honored to be on this fight card, to have this opportunity. So yeah, I'm very, very proud of myself, and yeah, the champ I want to be is, I want to be the one that inspires the young ones, even to rise above your circumstances and just keep on pushing through that morning sessions that you don't want to wake up. You wake up and go to training, even if you feel as down as possible. You don't want to do this anymore. You just keep on pushing, and you say, listen, this is the sacrifice I need to make to become a champion.
Billy, how old are you?
I'm 22 years old.
22 years old. How long have you been fighting?
I started with kickboxing when I was 8 years old.
8 years old. I mean, when he got in there, he was smiling at me and it looked like another day in the gym. And then he put on a hell of a performance like that, an incredible knockout. This is testament to where you are. You got one of the best fight IQs I've ever seen, man. You're going all the way to the top. I cannot wait to keep promoting you, dude.
Thank you very much.
Listen, and then we're celebrating so hard. I want to take the moment, and I want each and every one, I'll give you a moment to give them applause as well, to the Brazilians coming out. It takes a lot, you know, so I think we can give them a hand as well. And my opponent, I'm searching for him at the moment, but Edson, I know you took this fight relatively on a short notice. And you know what, flying out, landing here Tuesday, fighting on Thursday, you know, that takes a different spirit. So I want to thank you for basically stepping up, taking the fight, and it was well worth it. It was an incredible fight, I believe. You put up an incredible show as well, and to each and every Brazilian, yes, you have my respect. To come out to a different country, have a crowd like this against you, and then stepping up and putting up fights like that, well done it.
And can I say something? Hello, shout out to the captain right here, the OG. Doesn't it look fabulous? Let's go. It's captain, guys, it's captain.
Question for Amanda Lino. Now, your last fight was in 2019, and you have returned to the Hex, and you walk away with the gold, and you walk away with the fight of the night bonus. How does that feel for you right now? Are you feeling satisfied with your performance, and are you looking forward to getting back in there?
Of course, you know, not everything goes according to game plan, but that's MMA. Like, that's the beauty of the sport. You adjust, you go in there. There's one thing I can tell you guys, I give my everything when I'm in that cage. I had an absolute amazing time. It was, I don't have the words to tell you how amazing it felt to be back in there and to put on a fight like that and get fights of the night. You know, I'm absolutely honored. Right now, all I'm looking to do is celebrate this with my amazing friends, my team, my family. The next step will come. I'm all about living in the present and just enjoying it for what it is now. There's lots to come, but all I can say is I had an amazing fight, Mariana. That was incredible. My goal here was to come out and live my passion and enjoy it. That's one thing I did. It was a tough fight. I enjoy it. I earned that belt, and I'm just grateful to have the opportunity again to do it in front of my friends and family.
This next question's for Captain Americas. Coach Eric Albarracin, this is questions for you. Captain Americas, coach.
Yes.
You've trained some of the best UFC champions in the world. There's quite a few global promotions that are want to come into Africa and take a bite out of the African market. On the basis of tonight, in your experience of what you've seen here in the EFC, with the quality of our fighters and the quality of our production, give us your perspective from a global mixed martial arts idea of what you think of this operation here that's been going on for 14 years on this continent.
16. I just want to say thank you for you guys for bringing us out. EFC has been one of the best promotions that we've ever been part of. We love the fans here. This EFC Sports Institute, the World Sports Betting Arena, this place is awesome. Everybody's close. You can hear all the cheers. And I think it's like the NCAA of MMA. If you could be a champion here, it's been proven. You could be a champion in the UFC. You got DDP. You got JC right here. You got the Black Panther right there. We got Mariana. We got Amanda Lino. So a lot of talent here. And we're proud to have stepped up to the plate. We traveled 36 hours to get here into enemy territory, 9 time zones different. You know, some of these guys arrived just yesterday and came to the weigh-ins. It was definitely a tough battle, but we came to kill or be killed, and we died on our shield tonight.
Brilliant, thank you.
At least Clebinho and Edson did. You know, Edson didn't even have a coach. His coach didn't even arrive here. So we just met Edson yesterday, the main event. But as far as Mariana, I thought that was a really good fight, and you know, I'd like to see the statistics of the rounds on that.
The next question is for Marina. Mi hermosa, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo fue luchar por un título aquí na África? ¿Cómo fue luchar por un título aquí na África? How does it feel to fight for a title in Africa?
I think you said something else. Because they were like, no, dude, not going to answer that question.
Okay, gotcha.
Primeiramente, boa noite novamente. Obrigada a todos que estão aqui assistindo essa luta. Foi uma honra para mim poder fazer a primeira disputa de título, né, num evento grande com nome como o EFC. Mas eu não concordo com a decisão dos juízes e eu quero uma revanche com a Amanda.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you. It was an honor to be here and fight in the EFC. But I don't accept the judges' decisions. Okay. I want my rematch.
Whoa! Woo! If we can just follow that up from both athletes. It was a close fight. Amanda, what are your thoughts on the ruling, on the individual judges scoring, and Mariana, what are your thoughts?
Well, you know, there's a lot of different aspects to MMA. It's not just one thing. If you look at the fights overall, I won that fight.
Eu fui mais agressiva do que a Amanda, mesmo ela por cima, ela não me bateu. Você pode até olhar aí pro rosto dela, isso aqui, ó, nada. A primeira vez que eu luto 5 rounds, eu quero que os juízes revejam a luta, porque eu não concordo.
Like I said, I don't agree with the decisions. Look at her face and look at mine. she wasn't aggressive on top, and I was on bottom and on the feet. So I don't agree with the decision. Rematch.
I don't think it comes down to what your face looks like. We've seen this in Dricus's fights. Yes, I enjoy taking a couple of shots. Is what it is. Just because my face is a little bit more colored than yours is doesn't mean I've lost the fight. It doesn't come down to that. It comes down to control. Who was on top. There's more aspects to MMA than that.
É muito fácil lutar em casa e ir para a decisão. Ela falou que passou 6 anos e tinha novas armas para mostrar, mas cadê? Não teve nada para mim. Eu bati mais, fui mais agressiva, quase nocauteei ela. Então, o que é que você tem para mim, Amanda? Quero uma revanche.
It's real easy to fight in your house where you just retired 6 years ago and come back with all the fans and judges and everybody on your side. But look at my face, look at yours. You say you've been gone for 6 years and you got new weapons. Where were those new weapons? I didn't see them tonight. I want my rematch.
Look, I thought it was one of the closest women's flyweight fights I've seen. I wouldn't say no to a rematch. I definitely wouldn't say no to a rematch. The scorecards, they were incredibly close. And I don't know if, I'd need to run that fight back and actually see what it looks like from my perspective. But yeah, I would love to see a rematch. I mean, for Amanda to come out and do what she did after 5 years is pretty incredible. I did think that Mariana did a lot more off the bottom. In the stand-up, I thought it was, pretty evenly keeled. That's the problem. I'd love to say one way or the other, but it actually could have gone either way for me.
Question for Terrence Balelo. Yes, sir. So, Terrence, you are back in the winning column right now, right? And there is a new flyweight king. So, should he be looking out for you? Are you next for Willy van Rooyen?
First of all, I want to thank Umdali, Amako, and the champion's name, Terrence Balelo. It is what it is. Shout out to the UFC. Your boys coming. UFC Contender Series this year. It's going to happen. And shout out to the captain over here. Let's go. The best in the business. And I'm just looking forward to taking my career to the top. And I'm slowly getting there. Let's go. Dana, Sean, Mick, Hunter. I'm ready. Let's go. You got the captain support, so let's go, Dana.
Willy, I think I'd just like to follow up with you there. Would you be open to welcoming Terrence Balelo as your first challenger?
Yeah, whoever the EFC decides to bring, I'm taking a fight. Like I said, I think it was 2 press conferences ago, I'm not sure. I said at that press conference, I said it's going to happen most probably in the future, and yeah, that future is on its way. If I have to face Terrence, then I have to face him. It's part of the business, it's a part of the game. So yeah, it is outside the cage. Yeah, we are friends and all that. Inside the cage, we're just businessmen doing our business.
Graham, question for you. At the end of the show there, we saw a little bit of an advert for EFC 124, and Zakir Badad was right at the front, right? So is Peace Ngupane next for Zakir Badad, or?
Yeah, so Zach is scheduled to fight on that fight card. We're going to make the decision tonight to see who won between Yaku and Peace and see if we could offer that up. I would love for Peace to step in and take that fight, but at the same time, we've got to sit down and work it out. I don't see why he doesn't jump on it now, to be honest with you, because who else are we going to throw at him at welterweight? So effectively, it's him or no one, to be honest. And it would just need to be a little bit more of a negotiation with Zach, because I don't know if, he had his heart set on fighting Nidi, and Nidi has pulled out of the fight because he's got something going on in Nigeria. So we are looking to replace that fight now. We've put it out. We've got Henry Fadipe who's accepted the fight. We've got a couple of guys that are lined up. But he would be first if he said yes to the opportunity.
Peace. First things first, congratulations on your victory tonight, sir.
Thank you very much. Hey, thank you very much.
So right now, just hearing what Graham is saying, what are your initial thoughts? Are you already thinking, yes, you want Zakir Badat next, you are reserving that spot for you, or are you willing to let it go to someone else for now and just kind of chill?
I'm definitely fighting Badat next. I told you the press conference, I'm taking risks. I've been taking risks. I fought the guy that came from light heavyweight, went to middleweight. Every time he touched me, my bum was on the ground, bro. So, was I rocked? Yes. Was I hurt? No. So, let's check that out. But definitely, let's secure the fight with Badat next.
Would you have a message for Zakir?
Where is he gonna go now? Is he gonna wrestle? Is he gonna strike? I've got a chin. You put me on my bum, maybe. But what else? Wrestle. I can wrestle. What else? Now he has no holes that he can. Okay, judo maybe. Maybe he can try Russian judo. But hey, let's make it happen. That's all I can say. Let's make it happen.
Graham, has Zakir said anything about Peace as the potential opponent?
Yeah, so he was keen on the winner of Peace Onyaku. We were discussing Henry Fadipe, who's taken up the fight and wants to come over and challenge. But for me, and I think it's what the company wants, the company would like Peace Ngapani and Zakir Badat. And I'm going to try and throw everything at getting that fight done.
Fantastic.
JC Lamprecht, you've just won the title again. What's next for you?
Listen, next for me is just after this meeting up with my wife, going home and then seeing my children tomorrow morning. That's going to be the biggest blessing ever, and showing them 2 belts.
Best way to spend an after title.
Graham, question for you. With regards to 5 West, can you just tell us a little bit about that collaboration and what it means for like the fighters in terms of what they benefit from the 5 West partnership?
Yeah, I mean, any new sponsor that comes on board like 5 West is going to add a lot to EFC. I mean, from a credibility standpoint, payment systems, how we actually pay fighters. I know when we looked at them as a partner, they just made so much sense. So we're really happy to have them on board, and like, they're just a perfect fit for us. Perfect fit.
For Marina Salles, so you've now fought in the UFC, you lost, but what next for you? Do you want to come back here? Do you want to make yourself an EFC champion, or will you go elsewhere?
Eu quero lutar aqui, eu quero lutar para vocês, quero mostrar o que eu tenho de melhor. E isso foi só um pouco do que eu pude mostrar hoje. E eu quero essa revanche. Eu não estou conformada com a decisão do árbitro e eu quero que eles revisem essa luta. E aí, Amanda, vamos fazer essa revanche agora? Eu quero voltar a lutar aqui, quero
I want to come back. I want to fight for EFC. I want to show more than what I showed today. I only showed a little bit of my arsenal today.
Não estou conformada com a decisão do árbitro.
I do not agree with what happened today with the judges.
Quero que eles revejam a luta e quero uma revanche. E aí, Amanda?
I want them to watch that fight again, and I want them to tell me the numbers, and I want that rematch. What's up, Amanda?
Amanda, do you have a
have a
response?
conversation with Graham on Monday. I really just want to go home and enjoy the rest of my night. Thank you.
Graham, my last question for you is, it's 4-0 against Brazil. Is there any
Você
other
pode
country?
comemorar, mas vamos deixar já a data marcada. Que ela pode comemorar, mas já vamos marcar a data.
You can celebrate, but let's set a date.
All right, Graham, I suppose you'll be setting dates a little bit later on. We've just 4-0'd Brazil. Is there any other country on the map that you would like to get in and we maybe do it again and this becomes a bit of a series?
Why, yes, there is, absolutely. So what we're trying to do now is we've got Zach lined up at 124. 125, we have Shadrach Nsua and Luke Michael defending his middleweight title. 126 is what we're planning. We're trying to get Australia versus South Africa. We think it's going to be a huge opportunity, a huge fight card. That got Martin van Staden pegged on that fight card to headline it, so that's going to be incredible. And then the very next fight card's the heavyweight title between Elvis Moy and Triple H Chikasa. So the entire year is laid out with incredible fights. It's going to be an awesome year still. And then every one of these awesome athletes has to defend, right? All right. Thank you very much for joining us at EFC 123 and this incredible press conference. Thank you, guys. Join us for 124.
At EFC 124, the stars come out to play. Champion Zakir Badat descends from the wild mountains to defend his title. And the legendary Steven Gonçalves returns to avenge a loss when facing the running red-hot Shadrach Kiemba. Timna Schlauli is an undefeated rocket ship, trailing 4 effortless victories, who meets a war-torn warrior in Mamelodi's returning Sibusiso Sovembe. And undefeated Kevin Victorious steps up to his next challenge in Angola's wrecking ball, that is Oswaldo Benedito. On June 5 at the World Sports Betting Arena, warriors collide when the stars come out to play. EFC 124, June 5, World Sports Betting Arena, Johannesburg, South Africa.